he wanted me to literally speak the song and not sing the song. When I go to sing Ilaiyaraaja sir's song, the song is already fully made. Rahman sir is very different. What is life without having ice cream? That and all I can't. I don't want music. His live concerts, audio launches are truly a class apart.
Tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning more than 3 decades. Rahman Music Sheets. Hi friends! Discover the top take as we uncover the wow factor in this episode. Do watch it till the end to grab this musical moment of the day. She was just a baby when she sang Kuchi Kuchi Rakma for Bombay. Then her association with Rahman strengthened over many films. Daughter of legendary singer Sujatha Mohan, Shweta Mohan married Ashwin Shashi, an engineer, in 2011.
Shweta, I have to ask you, you married your best friend's brother. Why? Why do girls keep falling for their friends' brothers? What's so special? Did you fall for him?
It's very simple because you're with your friend most of the time. You're hanging out with each other most of the time. And you're in each other's houses a lot. And then when there are cute boys around, you just, stuff happens.
Unfortunately, I don't have a sister. I wish I had.
Oh, that's why you're single.
Larger than life. Spectacular. Dazzling. They enthrall and engage audiences. Rahman's concerts can't be described. They can only be experienced. Shweta Mohan has been a part of many of them worldwide.
His live concerts, audio launches are truly a class apart. The most recent one that we did, it was in Malaysia. A good 67,000 to 70,000 packed stadium. People, and I think every single person there was singing every song. It was magical. I must talk about his team behind, putting up such a audio-visual spectacle. It is BTOS event management people. They really put in a lot of hard work to get that, quality, get it going, so much effort that is going behind it.
Can you tell me the process? How do you rehearse? Who will sing what, their entries, sound check? Please share the madness that exists behind each show.
So, I just get a list. The singers get a list. So, we have a list that is prepared. First draft, second draft, third draft, and then on the day of the show, there's a final draft that comes in. And so that has who sings what. And we singers are not just there for, 1 or 2 songs. We know all the songs. So we can join in wherever we want to. We can contribute in the best way that we can. We know all the songs. So, it's not just, I'll just go do my solo song and come back. No. I want to sing in, Sing a Penne, or I want to sing in Mustafa and Chaya Chaya and all that. We all want to be a part of that. So everybody is on stage. There would be a rehearsal like any other show only.
1, 2, 1.
If it is a new list, there would be rehearsals separately, like 2-3 days of rehearsals. But if it's a list which the musicians are already familiar with, they already have the notes for, then we would have a huge, the grand sound check. Ranjit Barrett sir would be captaining the whole setup. We'll all be checking our levels, and the best of engineers would be helping us out. Sir would come a little late in the evening and we would go through the whole list once again. And then he would add his little additions and he would have his own magical ideas thrown in.
Crying and it's like a cry which is
like a crying
rebellious.
Suddenly he'll say, let's do this Malayalam song because this is Dubai, let's do this Malayalam song. Or hey, do this humming, do you know this classical rag? Just do this humming here. And or let's, he'll throw in his ideas. He'll get inspired to. And then, that's about it. And then the day of the show, we would go early and we would rehearse almost the whole list once again before the show to get everything right, and then we just.
Every show has a different setting. Musicians are different, your co-singers are different, there are improvisations. So how do you ensure that there is a harmony in everything that you do on stage?
See, it's because all the songs are classics, we can't really go wrong because it's in our blood, it's in our system, we won't try to sing it differently.
Unless you are Hariharan.
Oh no. Hariji, it's his own song and he owns it. He owns his song.
What kind of chaos is there just before the show?
There's no chaos. It's very peaceful. It's so peaceful that sometimes you forget to get tensed. Sometimes, you forget that this is such a huge show, it's Rahman's show. Come on, get tensed. No, there's no tension. Everybody is cool because it's a huge team working. Everything is in place most of the time and there's a lot of, prayers. There's a lot of good energy there. People will be chilling out basically.
इश्क बिना क्या जीना यारो बोलना इश्क बिना क्या जीना.
Mr. Rahman interacting with singers in the studio and his interaction with artists during the stage show. Is there a difference?
Both are similar because he always has good things to say. He always tries to only encourage the singers. So he'll have something good to say,
Amazing.
Thank you, sir.
And I think when I see singers like you, I feel like classical music will never die.
Thank you, sir.
You're singing well or you're sounding good or something. He'll have some good things to say. And even at the recording, he's like that. I think the only time he might, pinpoint is if you're going out of pitch or if it's not the same tune, then he'll keep correcting.
There's no one wrong note. It's very difficult when two people hold notes. I always feel that one will go off.
At the rehearsals, he's a little bit more uptight because he wants to get everything right. He's a perfectionist. He wants to get everything right. Every instrument sounding and everything, he wants to get it right. He wants to make sure every singer is singing everything correctly. At the concert, he's very chilled out. He's enjoying. He's just having fun.
By the way, does he ever lose his temper? Have you seen him getting angry?
Yes, I have. On a couple of occasions, but it's not too bad actually. Once there was this huge chorus section that was going on. Huge. There were around 20 singers, I think. And Rahman sir was recording the song, and somebody's phone started ringing. And I think he just said, "Get out!" But we didn't feel bad because we felt bad for him. We were wasting his time. So.
Shweta, when you sing in studio, you sing for a character. But when the same song is performed on stage for a live audience, how much difference is there in your rendition?
Absolutely. Because you're learning and trying to rehearse every song from, start to finish. You're trying to deliver it in the most perfect way in one single take. There's no double take. There's just one take. If it comes, it comes. Otherwise, it's gone. So you're trying to be the most perfect that you can be. So you're practicing a lot for it. If I make a mistake, they immediately catch. Because the musicians are so fantastic that they don't let you fall. They catch you and they, elevate you. So then the musicians are so amazing that you want to do different things differently. Every time you want to do something different. And just, have fun.
When a young singer gets to sing classics on stage, what exactly happens? Like you sing many classics like Jia Jale, you dance on that song, or your mother's songs. What do they do to you?
Yes, the first time I sang Jia Jale, I was really feeling blessed. Some of the songs that my mom has sung, where I have watched my mom singing in Rahman sir's concert, and I used to watch with so much awe from the audience. What a song, what singing, what music. At that time, I had never even thought that, I would be there on stage with Rahman sir like that. But later on, I had dreamt of, I wanted to be there. I wanted to do it. And when that was actually manifesting, I felt really thankful to the universe. I felt really thankful, and sometimes it would even, I have even gotten emotional on stage. Like the Roja Janiman humming. And my mum that magic just cannot be matched. So when sir asked me to do that humming for the Dubai Expo concert, I was like, "Sir, I don't want to do it." So he's like, "What? Why? Your mom only sung, no, sing it." "Sir, no, sir, I knew I'll get emotional." So I said, "No, I don't want to sing it, sir." Why? Is it too high for you?" "Yes, sir, it's high." "Okay, reduce the pitch." "No, don't reduce. No, don't reduce the pitch, sir." "Then what? Just do it." I said, okay. When sir was saying this over and over, okay, I'll do it. And then, just like I imagined it to be, I got emotional on stage. My voice was, cracking up, and I missed my mom at that moment, I missed her singing that. I miss those days. नीचे इश्क है ऊपर रब है इन दोनों के बीच में सब है नीचे इश्क है ऊपर रब है इन दोनों के बीच में सब है एक नहीं सौ बातें कर लो 100 बातों का एक मतलब है रब सबसे सोना इश्क इश्क रब से भी सोना इश्क ओ,
डोली सजा के रखना, the debut film of Jyotika. In 2007, its soundtrack by Rahman was adapted for a Kannada film, Sajni. This was Shweta's first solo song for A.R. Rahman. Since then, Shweta Mohan has sung for Rahman in Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi. For PS1 and 2, the blockbuster epic by Mani Ratnam, Shweta Mohan was chosen to sing in Malayalam.
Can you recall how did you go about recording Alaikadal in Malayalam?
Much earlier, I had done a scratch track for Rahman sir. The tune was on the lines of this song, and we had done it with dummy lyrics. And at that time itself, I was head over heels in love with the tune of the song. And ever since I did that scratch track, the tune was in my mind all along. I think all along the COVID phase, kept asking the engineer, who sang that song? Who sang that song? Because it was such a beautiful song. And I knew it was for Mani sir's movie. And I kept asking the engineer, who sang the song? Who sang the song? Then finally, one day, they said, there's a song, you have to do the Malayalam version for it. And when I went and heard it, I realized this was that tune. And of course, it was much different from what it was when I had done the scratch track. And Antara had sung it so beautifully. I was very happy that it was sung by Antara because she really deserved the debut song. It was done so beautifully in Tamil, and I was happy that I could do at least a Malayalam version.
You had done the scratch version in Tamil or in Malayalam?
No, then he had asked us to put dummy Hindi lyrics actually.
When you sang Alaikadal in Malayalam, I'm sure you were giving your voice to a song that was complete, fully arranged. So we all know that Mr. Rahman records a fresh song on a bare track. For a singer, what's the difference and which is better, singing on a bare track or a complete song?
Both are beautiful. So I've done so many scratch tracks with Rahman sir, where he would just be composing the song. I've been through that magic where he layers it layer by layer. He would be composing and then he would ask us to go sing it, and then he would figure out how it sounds with the voice, with the female voice, and then he'll be composing it then and there, and he'll be exploring the different the range for the song. So he would make one stanza and then he would move on to the antara. Sometimes the antara might not be in the comfort range of the female singer. But then he, without a second thought, he would change the pitch to suit the scale. The scale of the first stanza would be in, for example, if it's in C major, the antara, he would quickly change it to another scale, whichever scale suits the female voice, and then so beautifully he would merge that first astai with the antara, and then he would layer it. And I've seen that magic unfolding where he would just, in that divine energy, it would just flow through his hands. He would not be playing it over and over again, just once or twice he plays, and then soundscape will be built. And I've had goosebump moments when he did that, and that is, yes, that is another beautiful experience. But when the song is already made, that is also amazing, because you know the whole roopam, roop of the song.
1995 Bombay, one of the best-selling Indian music albums of all times. British paper The Guardian included it in the list of 1,000 albums to hear before you die. Bombay's theme track introduced Rahman to the world. Many international films used it. Bombay's soundtrack featured some of the best singers in Indian cinema: K.S. Chitra, Swarnlata, Hariharan, Kavita Krishnamurthy, Udit Narayan, Shankar Mahadevan, Suresh Peters, Srinivas, Remo Fernandez, Sujatha Mohan, and it also featured her daughter Shweta Mohan as part of chorus.
Yes, I have very vivid memories of the recording, very clearly remember. They wanted children's chorus, and they knew my mom had a daughter, a kid at home, and they asked a few musicians' kids to come over. And that's how myself and Bombay Sharada, and then there was G.V. Prakash, who's a big composer now. We were all just playing around there, and then Rahman sir would be there, but we just we didn't realize that this was, huge, a big composer. He would behave so casually with us, and he would come down to our children's level, and he would record us, and he would ask us to dance, and Kuchi Kuchi Rakama and Gulla Gulla Alla Gulla. These two songs, I very clearly remember the recording. I remember Hariharan sir coming to dub his portions. I remember sleeping in the studio premises through the night. Very vivid, beautiful memories. Yeah, and I'm very lucky that my first ever recording was there in that blessed studio.
Shweta, most of the guests on Rahman Music Sheets recalled their first meeting with Mr. Rahman, and obviously they knew who they were meeting. But in your case, when you met him first, you were a child. Did it even occur to you that you were meeting a new star on the horizon?
No, it did not. I knew, okay, composer, it's a song being made for a movie, and I knew that was something, very, very special that is happening. I didn't know how huge he was, or I just didn't realize. In fact, even Rajinikanth sir had come, I think, to listen to, I don't know, maybe Muthu, I'm not sure. He also had visited that studio when we were recording, and even Rajinikanth was huge. I was very excited to see Rajinikanth, but Hariharan sir was there and Rahman sir was there, and I just didn't realize it to the extent that there used to be a swing in the studio back then where, that the cane chair kind of swing, and I was swinging in it, and Hariji walked out of the studio, and Rahman sir also was there, and they walked out and they were standing there and talking. I think Hariji wanted to sit down, but I just wouldn't get out of the swing, and Rahman sir would look at me, but I'm not realizing, I'm not giving space for them to sit down. And then sir said, he used to call me Shetty, because Shweta Shetty was famous then. He said, hey Shetty, Hari uncle wants to sit down. And then I was like, I still wouldn't budge. So that's completely not realizing their greatness, their stature. And then I think after a while I got scared, they might scold me or something, and then I ran off.
Can you sing few lines of Kuchi Kuchi Rakma? Let's see how does it sound in your voice now.
Kuchi Kuchi Rakma punnu venu, kudasali rakma punnu venu, sadi salo tungalaye, Samakore kuvalaye kuchi kuchi rakma.
After Bombay, it took more than 10 years for Shweta to sing for Rahman.
I was not ready for, full-on career in playback singing. I had a long way to go. I had to polish myself really well. And I wanted to do it formally, give a demo. I didn't want to go by my mother's recommendation. I wanted to do a very formal, make a demo, give it to music directors, and that took time definitely. After making the demo, after I felt a little confident about the position I was as far as singing is concerned, that's when I started approaching few music directors only who my mother was, who she felt, she can reach out to. And how lucky am I? Rahman sir, we can see thousands of CDs piled up in the studio, for just a listen from Rahman sirs, but he called us. He didn't listen to the CD. He said, "You just come." And my mother and I went, and he just came and he said, "Sing." I was so tensed. Then he realized. I think he realized I was really tense. He said, "Okay, put the CD. Let me listen to your recorded voice." So he heard the recorded voice right in front of me. How lucky, how blessed am I? So he said, "Okay, very nice that you're singing. Come." So. Since then, he really trained my voice for playback singing, is what I can say, because he made me sing a lot of choruses, a lot of background score work. He made me sing a lot of scratch tracks. So, that is experience. So, and then Robo, Enthiran, my friend. I was almost, every other day I used to be in the studio for some work or the other there. So one such day they recorded Boom Boom Roboda. Chikki mukki akkani vali valiye oruvanin kaadalil pirandavano he ekkinile poottavano engalin kaadalai சேர்த்தவனோ திருமண திருநாள் தெரியும் முன்னே நீ எங்கள் பிள்ளையோ Hey autoக்காரா hey automatic காரா கூட்டம் பாரு உன் ஆட்டோகிராஃபுக்கா Boom boom roboda zoom roboda. And coincidentally, it was also the first song for the lyricist, Mr. Madan Karki, who is the great Vairamuthu sir's son. It was his first song as well.
Shweta, last year you posted a birthday wish for Mr. Rahman, and I quote you, "You create with purpose and think for the growth of others around you. You have a vision for the benefit of future generations." Unquote. Can you explain what made you write such words?
See, now this is why ARR Music Sheets is special. Because I don't think anybody else will, remember this and ask a question based on that. So, when I wish somebody, especially somebody as special as Rahman sir, I take it out from the bottom of my heart. What I feel is what I post. So, on that day, this is the feeling that I had, because he never makes anything just for the sake of making. He wants his creation to touch people very positively. He wants to make a difference in people's life through his music. So that's why I said he creates with purpose always. When he's creating music, even on a live stage, he creates it to heal, to spread love. There's a lot that is being spread, not just music, but there's something beyond music that he spreads in his concerts. So that is why I said that. And he definitely thinks for the benefit of the people around him, because he inspires, he mentors a whole lot of people who are with him, around him. He thinks for them.
After singing in chorus for Rahman's compositions in Bombay and Indira, it was with 3 Roses Shweta Mohan started her career as a playback singer. She continued singing in multiple languages with path-breaking composers in Indian cinema. And then came opportunities to sing for A.R. Rahman.
There were a lot of songs. Lovely London Modige Hriday in Kannada. Then there was Sarigama Sangama Vedare. So these were my first few songs for Rahman sir. And then there was Jani Tu Ya Jani Na. We sang Nazre Milana, Nazre Churana. Papu Can't Dance Sala. Bazi Laga Challe De. The chorus for that. Bazi Laga Challe De Challe De Paisa Challe. In Tamil, Marian song is Innum Konjam. When the movie released, the song did well, but it took some time for the song to register with the people, in their minds. I think the simplicity of the lyrics, the simplicity of the tune, the picturization, the acting, Dhanush and Parvati worked out really beautifully for the song. It's still my biggest hit, I can say. My one gem, the biggest gem of my career. It was a very different singing style that he wants. Singing style meaning he wanted me to literally speak the song and not sing the song. Let me tell you the recording experience. We recorded the song. Vijay Prakash's vocals, I don't think it was there when I sang. I didn't hear it. So Srinivas uncle, we were there. We recorded the song, and then Rahman sir came and heard it, and he said, no. This is not like this. So innum konjam neram irundata enna. It means, why can't you stay for a little longer? The night is still young. Why are you leaving? Stay for a little longer. So I was just married then, and he said, why are you singing the song? Don't sing the song. How will you say stay a little longer to your husband? How will you say it? Go in front of the mic and say it. So when in front of the mic, I said, Innum konjam neram. Why can't you stay a little longer? Yes. In this level only you must sing. Like a whisper, just singing in this level. He sat and recorded. In 20 minutes, that song was done. இதுவரைக்கோ தனியாக என் மனசு அலைய விட்டாயே எதிர்பாரா நேரத்துல இதயத்துல வளைய விட்டாயே நீ வந்து வந்து போய அந்த அலைகளை போல வந்தா கையில மாட்டிக்குவே வளையல போல.
As a child, Shweta was learning to play piano, but she wasn't inclined towards learning classical music due to its intricacies and hours of practice sessions.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Shweta, as a child, you never wanted to learn music, and your mother respected your decision. Please tell me, what was that phase?
It was just a child thing. I used to run when my master used to come home to teach me classical music. I used to fake all sorts of, excuses. Amma, stomach pain, Amma, head pain, Amma, tomorrow exam. All this happened, and I used to find all excuses to bunk music class. My mom never used to have ice creams, chocolates. She used to, take Mauna Vrat all the time to safeguard her voice, and she never used to go out. She never used to, go out with her friends. So all this I was watching, and I was like, what is life without having ice cream? That and all I can't. I don't want music. So it was a very immature child psychology. So I didn't follow music. I was learning piano for a short while. That also, I used to say, I have lots to study, and I don't have time to practice and all that. So these are things that I regret for in life right now. So if there are youngsters, if there are young students out there watching, please make use of your time right now. This is, your formative years. Childhood is the time. Make full use of it, and that's what is going to launch you for life. Yeah.
Your mother actually didn't want you to be a playback singer. Is it correct?
Correct. My mom wanted me to have a very stable profession with a monthly salary. Probably easier to find a guy for me to get married to. Probably that was her psychology, I'm not sure. And also she could see the changing trend of the industry. When she was singing, there were a handful of good singers. And she could see the trend slowly changing where more and more singers were coming in. Maybe she just didn't want her daughter to, face the trials and tribulations of competitive professions. So, yes, so she didn't want me to take up music as a profession, but when I explained to her later on that, this is my passion, this is, if I don't choose music as my career, then I would repent for it for the rest of my life. I want to dedicate my life to music, and wherever I am, if I make it big or not, doesn't matter. I just want to be in music. And when she realized, that was the purpose I was after, she agreed to,
When did it dawn upon you that you had to learn music?
As strange as it may sound, it was an overnight yearning. Actually, I wanted to be a singer like my mom, where I used to always look up to her and watch her sing in recordings. I have not attended many recordings of hers, just one or two, but those two recordings made a lasting impression in my mind, because I was like, wow, how I wish I could do it, but am I good enough was always a question mark in my mind. I never used to sing even at home. I was very shy. And when I used to sing a little bit at home, my father especially, he's a very big critic. He's a, right judge for my singing. He used to pinpoint errors, and he used to say, you need to work a lot on your singing. So I just thought, I'm not good enough. So that was also probably a reason why I was a little late in pursuing my dream. But when I was in the 10th standard, there was a cultural competition which I had attended from school. For solo singing, I had sung the song Bole Re Papi Hara, Vani Jairam Amma's song. That was my first ever competition. I won the first place for singing in that competition. And Ilaiyaraaja sir's daughter, Bhavatarni, she was a judge for that competition. When I told my mom that Bhavatarni was a judge, she immediately called her and asked her, how did she sing? It was my daughter. So Bhavatarni said, oh, that was your daughter. She sang pretty well. Ask her to pursue singing. So that's when, I knew, okay, maybe I have some talent. And then I realized that if I sit and work on my singing and pursue it properly with dedication, then probably, I could follow a dream, in career in music.
Sangeeta Samrajya Sancharini Shrangara Shrangeri Puravasini.
Shweta learnt Carnatic classical, Hindustani classical, and Western vocals.
What I love the most is to stand on stage and perform for an audience. Being there on the spotlight, looking at the joy of the audience as we're performing.
Shweta, in an age of auto-tune, is training really important?
Of course. How much can you auto-tune? And auto-tune, you can hear the auto-tune, right? And who's going to auto-tune you in live? When you're singing to an audience, they're going to easily distinguish, what is your voice and what is auto-tune. Of course, training is, natural talent is great. Sometimes Rahman sir says, don't learn too much, because it will take away the natural, whatever comes naturally out of you, it sometimes takes away that. You become too technical sometimes. So sometimes learning too much is not good. But training definitely helps in, that for a firm, for the voice to shape up basically, to speak what you wanted to speak. If you have the training, the coordination between the brain and the voice will be better.
Your mother is such a towering personality, you know that. But do you feel the pressure? Do you think that you're always compared with your mom?
No, not at all. When I started singing, people were comparing my singing to my mother's singing. They said, you sound a lot like, oh, you're singing just like your mother. But even that they meant it as a compliment. Everybody used to, say it with a lot of happiness. Oh, you sound exactly like your mother. But I never used to take it as a compliment because I don't want to sound like my mother. But obviously, I'm my mother's daughter. Obviously, I am going to have pretty much the same genes, the same vocal construction or whatever. But now I think people are able to distinguish between my mom singing and my singing. It's actually very different from each other. Our voices are so different from each other. And now I think that comparison is not there anymore. And what I like about having such a towering personality as my mom is that the love that people give for her, that same love just passes on just like that to me also.
In 2007, for this song, Shweta won Kerala State Film Award. In coming years, the Tamil Nadu State Film Award and 4 Filmfare Awards followed. Yet, she isn't overburdened with expectations and aspirations.
Shweta, in such a competitive and unforgiving profession, is it really a practical approach?
Competition is there. What is the point in, thinking of competition? There's no... So I grew up listening to this saying from my idol, Dr. K.J. Yeshudas. He used to say always, गाने खाने खाने पे लिखे हैं खाने वाले का नाम और गाने गाने पे लिखे हैं गाने वाले का नाम. So I have heard that, and he keeps saying, what you are destined to sing, it will come to you. So why worry? That's what I grew up listening to. It stays on.
Yodha, the first ever Malayalam film with music by A.R. Rahman. While composing for Roja, he was approached for Yodha. Released in 1992, directed by Sangeet Sivan. The film was shot by stalwart cinematographer Santosh Sivan. Yodha had 2 songs by Sujatha Mohan. After 30 years, in 2022, Rahman returned to Malayalam films with Malayan Kunju. And he got Sujatha Mohan's daughter, Shweta Mohan, to sing for the film.
I felt really happy to be part of that album because the first Malayalam movie that he did, Yodha, it was a classic evergreen album. It's the songs of the album is still sung in Malayalam concerts. Das Uncle and my mum were the singers in that album. And after that, in this album, Das Uncle's son, Vijay, and myself, we were part of the album. Fahad Fasil is an actor who I really respect and admire now, and I was really happy to be part of his movie too. And he and Nazriya gave me the brief for the song, and what a catchy song. I just loved singing the song. What a catchy, what a trippy song. Just loved it.
Shweta, coincidences like Yodha and Malayan Kunju are nothing new. Your mom, Sujatha Mohan's first Tamil song was with Mr. Ilaiyaraaja, and your first song was with his son, Mr. Karthik Raja, in Three Roses. Would you call it just a coincidence or there is a destiny in it?
I think it's destiny. Yes, my first solo song in Tamil was for Karthik Raja Anna, and it happened in Ilaiyaraaja sir's house on Navaratri. Three Roses happened purely by chance. So 2003 was when I was in 11th standard. So I had just started learning music. I was not a polished singer. So when I visited the house, Karthik Raja Anna saw me and it's like, you look very familiar, where have I seen you? So Bhavatarni introduced me saying, this is singer Sujata's daughter. So he was like, oh my God, then I have to try you out. You know, Sujatha is my favorite singer. So you also will be singing. I need to try you out. So I said, no, I don't sing. I'm not yet trained, I'm not good enough to sing. No, I can't. So then he said, no, let me just try you out. And then immediately he just took us to the studio there in the house, and he tried us out, and it worked. It came.
Shweta, you are one of those blessed singers who sang for Mr. Ilaiyaraaja as well as for Mr. Rahman. The fact that Mr. Rahman worked under Mr. Ilaiyaraaja initially, do you see his influence on Mr. Rahman? I mean, how similar or different are they in their working styles and in their approaches?
No, who am I to even say? I'm nobody to even comment. They are like my two eyes. Their approaches are very different. The eras in which they have worked are different. So their schools are very different. So in my experience, when I go to sing Ilaiyaraaja sir's song, the song is already fully made. And when you're singing it, that's the final. It's almost done. And then after you sing, they play the song, and that's the song. That the song is in its full shape. Raja sir teaches you everything that you need to sing. You don't need to add anything, because everything is complete when he's teaching you the tune, and he's expecting you to deliver it in the exact way that he wants you to, which is great. And Rahman sir is very different. He basically collaborates with the artists who he records with, musicians, and I've heard him record musicians also.
With Mr. Rahman, you record on a bare track. So that's one experience. Later, the song gets ready and you listen to it. That's another experience. As a singer, can you explain the difference between these two experiences?
So we are also listening to it just like how the fans are listening to it. And we are also in awe of, just like the fans. There is no difference actually. Even though we have sung the song, we are also, especially the song Macho that we recorded in Tamil. When I sang the song, I just didn't understand the song at all. The lyrics and the tune and everything, I just didn't understand anything. And then when the song came out, and it was really, really catchy. So just like that, all songs, even though we have sung it, when we listen to it, it's a fresh, new experience only. Even though we were there at the recording studio recording it.
Nacho. Yeah, Nacho. Since 2003, Shweta has been singing for legendary composers. Even after establishing herself as a playback singer, she never hesitated to sing scratch tracks, backup vocals, and even featured in chorus for Rahman.
Singing scratch tracks in chorus are considered to be good for newcomers. You sang scratch tracks even for PS1. Did it ever bother you? Any anxiety about your status in the industry?
No, not at all. First of all, I would have been called because he might have wanted that particular voice tone for it. He chooses his chorus, he doesn't have the same chorus always. So I'm sure there is a certain sound that he has in mind, and he chooses the singers based on the sound that he wants. Even for Chekka Chivandavanam, very recent work, we did a chorus where Anuradha Sriram Akka, myself and another singer, Kolaparna, 3 of us sang, and Anu Akka is also a legendary singer. So there must be some reason why he chosen. I don't have, no, of course not. It's an experience in itself. Yeah.
Shweta, though this interview will be released after a few weeks, but we are recording it on 6th February 2023, the first death anniversary of Lata Mangeshkar ji. 5 years ago, you had paid a tribute to Lata ji by covering some of her best songs. That must have been an opportunity to learn and to understand the minutest possible details and dynamics of her singing. Can you share some of those?
It's through learning Lata ji's and Asha ji's and Janaki Amma's and Sushila Amma's and Chitra Chechi's and my mother's and Vani Amma's songs that we shaped up our singing skills. What I learned through Lata ji's songs, I just cannot finish off in 2 or 3 sentences, because her singing and her songs is just like an encyclopedia of playback singing.
कुछ ना कहो, कुछ भी ना कहो.
So if you learn her songs, if you learn her whole, directory of songs, then it pretty much shapes up your singing. So when I had started out singing, I used to do a lot of Hindi retro concerts along with the dearest Srinivas uncle, singer Srinivas. And that's when, I picked up so many of her songs, so many classics and rare ones, and her bhajans and Meera bhajans. And it helped, just like you very rightly mentioned, there's just so much that is going on in her singing, but she does it so effortlessly and so naively, like she is not singing. Just so naturally flowing. That's what I love the most about Lata ji's singing. It's so divine, just flows so naturally. There's no effort being put.
कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है.
In her entire career, Lata ji probably sang only one cabaret song, that's Aa Jaane Ja, and you covered that as well. When you prepared for it, did you notice something very unusual?
She sounds as effortless as she sounds in any other song. In Aa Jaane Ja, ra 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 ta ra ra, husn jawa jawa jawa. Legend of another league, right?
आ जाने जा, मेरा ये हुस्न जवा 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 तेरे लिए है आस लगाए ओ जालिम आ जाना. जाने जा, मेरा ये हुस्न जवा 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 तेरे लिए है आस लगाए ओ जालिम आ जाना. जाने जा.
From Aa Jaane Ja to Ajeeb Dastaan Hai Ye, you covered that as well.
So that's why I chose Ajeeb Dastaan and Aa Jaane Ja for my covers, because they are so different in style of singing from Lata ji.
अजीब दास्तां है ये, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म,
You shot these videos at the KM Music Conservatory, Mr. Rahman's College of Music and Technology. That also shows the kind of bond that you share with Mr. Rahman.
Yes. So the songs, they are evergreen classics, and I wanted to take a nice video for these songs. I wanted a live audience kind of a interactive setup with 6 to 7 musicians. There were quartet playing, and then there was a grand piano. The first place that came to my mind was KM Conservatory, because KM stands for encouraging talent. So I asked Rahman sir, and I asked Fatima Akka, Didi, and she readily agreed. So they were very happy that I was doing this tribute for Lata ji. जी हमें मंजूर है आपका ये फैसला, जी हमें मंजूर है आपका ये फैसला, कह रही है हर नजर बंदा परवर शुक्रिया, हंस के अपनी जिंदगी में कर लिया शामिल मुझे, दिल की ये धड़कन ठहर जा, मिल गई मंजिल मुझे आपकी नजरों ने समझा.
I know it can be very difficult, but can you try and name your favorite Rahman songs?
I'm thinking of the rare ones. நேற்று இல்லாத மாற்றம் என்னது, காற்று என் காதிலேதோ சொன்னது, இதுதான் காதல் என்பதா, இளமை பொங்கிவிட்டதா, இதயம் சிந்திவிட்டதா, சொல் மனமே कहना ही क्या, ये नैन एक अनजान से जो मिले, चलने लगी मोहब्बत के जैसे सिलसिले, अरमान ये ऐसे दिल में खिले जिनको कभी मैं ना जानूं, वो हमसे हम उनसे कभी ना मिले, कैसे मिले दिल ना जानूं, अब क्या करे क्या नाम ले, कैसे उन्हें मैं पुकारूं, है हैरते आशिकी जगा मत, पैरों से ज़मीं ज़मीं लगा मत, है हैरते आशिकी, है हैरते आशिकी, है हैरते आशिकी,
है हैरते आशिकी जगा मत.
They are like my two eyes. So they are the biggest gems that we have. Their approaches are very different, very, very different, because the eras in which they have worked are different. So their schools are very different.
Do you agree that this indeed was the moment of the day? Is your choice different? Whatever your mind says, write it in the comments section below. We will be waiting. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon and stay entertained.